Hey everyone, this is Kristen from KristenCoaching.com. It is good to see all of you guys today, and thank you so much for joining me for my video. I'm actually really excited to be talking about this topic. I really want to help all you couples out there that are having issues, that might be fighting sometimes, having that drama in your relationship that just is not healthy and it's not working for you. I'm here to help you with that. I want you guys to have less drama. I want you guys to get along and have a great, healthy, happy relationship. Everybody deserves that, and sometimes I think a lot of couples just struggle with how to interact with each other and get along to the point where they're not having those issues and they're not having that drama. So I am going to be talking about the 3 bad habits that a lot of couples mistakenly do in their relationship that could ultimately cause them to break up down the road and have relationship destruction. And I don't want you guys to have to break up. I don't want you guys to have so much drama that you can't handle it. And there's 3 really common mistakes that especially newer couples do in their relationships, but even people that have been together for a really, really long time. And I need you to stop doing these bad habits because it's just gonna cause devastation and destruction down the road. So we're gonna be talking about what those 3 bad habits are. So I'm really looking forward to this topic. Before I dive in, you guys, I wanted to let you know that I'm actually doing a relationship course for all couples out there. And it really has to do with how to eliminate the drama in your relationship with using certain skills so you can stop fighting and have that happy, healthy relationship. So I'm creating a relationship course specifically designed for you guys to have happy and healthy relationship. So I'm asking you to ask me any question you have about your relationship. If you can ask one question, one thing, one issue you're having that you need an answer to, what is that? And I personally am going to answer that question for you. And in exchange, I will give you my relationship course for free. It's going to go for at least a couple $100s, but you will be getting it for free if you just ask me any question you want about your relationship. And when my relationship course is ready, I'll send that over to you and I'll be answering your question. So it's kind of a win-win situation. So please, I'm going to leave a link and make sure you click on the link in the description of this video so you can ask me the question, okay? So let's just dive into it, you guys. I'm really excited. So we're going to talk about the 3 bad habits that couples are doing that are destroying their relationship without them even knowing it. And so many people don't know this. So you guys are going to have really the heads up and you're going to be ahead of the curve here, which is awesome. So basically, the first thing has to do with not knowing how to make up after a fight. And I think a lot of times, people are like, oh, Kristen, I know how to make up. It's really, really easy. And this is a thing. A lot of times you really don't know how to be making up the correct way. I think a lot of couples think like if they're fighting and they just move on or they just drop it, you know how we always have, let's just drop it. Let's just move on. I'm done talking to you. Obviously we're fighting. It's not going anywhere. That's a really bad thing to do in your relationship. You don't want to drop it. You don't just want to move on. And here is why. Usually in a fight, you have emotions, you have feelings, you have things that are coming up and you're really upset about it. So just dropping it and moving on, a lot of times either you or your significant other are harboring a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings. And so that never gets resolved, right? Now that alone isn't going to cause a breakup, but you're going to have a fight again. And you're going to have a fight and you're going to have a lot of emotions in that. And then you're going to move on, you're going to drop it. And those emotions are going to be compiled onto the emotions you had previously. So it's just going to keep stacking and stacking and stacking every time you guys have a fight or an argument. And then eventually that's what turns into a big explosion on like a random fight, on a fight that you didn't even think was a big deal. But because you guys have been hiding certain feelings and emotions because you've been just kind of dropping it, it compiles on itself after fight after fight after fight, and then you're going to have just one more fight that's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and you're going to have a huge fight, and you guys are going to explode and get pissed at each other and possibly result in that breakup right there. So just because you move on once, that's not a huge deal. It's over and over and over again. And if that is a habit of your relationship, of doing that constantly and moving on without actually resolving the fight, that is the problem. So what I need you guys to do is actually resolve it. And what does that look like? Well, that means actually apologizing for your actions of the fight. Whatever you did to contribute to this interaction that obviously isn't working between you guys, you have to say you're sorry. You have to apologize. You have to take ownership for what you did. And you need to allow your partner the opportunity to respond to your apology. And that's the key. You have to get your emotions and your feelings out of each fight you have, or else it's still going to stay hidden deep down within you guys. So that is huge, and that's a big deal. Okay, so the second thing, I lost my light, so hopefully my little helper camera guy can help me get the light back, but it's not a huge deal. Right now we're gonna move on. So that was the first thing. So I need you guys to learn how to do learn how to apologize appropriately, because that way that's gonna be really healthy and you're gonna help stop that bad habit in the relationship, okay? So the second thing that you guys need to do, and this is huge, is compromise. And we all have heard of compromise. We all know what compromise is. That's not a huge deal, right? But when I'm talking about compromise, I want to give you a really good kind of example, or at least an explanation of what that is. It's basically meaning that both of your needs are being met in a situation. It's making sure that you're being heard and your other half is being heard, and both of you are coming up with an agreement that you are happy with. So in your relationship, if either you are the one who's always getting your way, or maybe your other half is the one that's always getting his way, right? You know, that can cause the person who is not getting their way to harbor some resentment and to harbor some negative feelings about it. So many couples don't know how to compromise appropriately. And what happens as a result of that is when the person who is not getting their way, and that happens over and over again, you know, they're giving their opinion and they're just getting shut down. So for example, if I was the one who was kind of more dominating and I was getting my way, if my other half was like, hey, I want to do this, I'm going to be like, no, why do you want to do that? We're not doing that. No. Well, then eventually my other half is just going to zip it and not really, you know, say whatever he's feeling, and in fact might even go behind my back and do it anyways. Because if somebody wants something bad enough, if they want to do it bad enough, whatever it is, and they feel that there's no compromise in the relationship and it's just going to get shut down, well, that actually results in most likely that person lying to you in the future about it, and it just doesn't cause that type of an interaction where you guys can actually have an open communication and an open dialogue, and it doesn't create that emotional safety and space for you guys to be able to work through things together, because that's what it's about. You guys are not going to always agree, but you need to know how to learn to make it where both of you are happy in certain decisions that you guys make, whether they're little decisions throughout your relationship or big decisions. Both of you need to be okay in the result, and that comes in the middle, and that compromise. So that's what a compromise is, to make sure both of you are happy and both of you are not just going with the flow to please the other person. You need to make sure that you're happy in the decision as well. So that's really, really key, okay? And then the second thing, or sorry, we did the second thing. The third thing, and lastly, has to do with a bad habit can be keeping secrets in a relationship. And again, we've all been like, of course keeping secrets in a relationship is unhealthy. Of course that's bad, right? But I'm not even just talking about like huge, big secrets. It's little secrets. And I can actually really relate to this type of a situation. In the first few years of my relationship, or even longer, I thought I had a really, really healthy relationship. I thought I was doing a lot of things that were great and healthy and good, but I was keeping a lot of secrets in my relationship, anywhere from super small things to really, really big things, including even infidelity, right? Which is even the biggest secret that I think one can keep in a relationship. So me keeping little secrets and big secrets, I mean, that actually impacted my relationship with my partner, which I didn't even think did, but it's kind of like you're setting the basis and the tone of what your relationship is going to be looking like if you're hiding things. And so what I need you guys to do in order to figure out if you're holding a relationship or a secret in is you need to ask yourself, hey, would my partner want to know something about me that I'm not telling him? Would my partner want to know something that I'm keeping hidden, or if I'm just not saying? If the answer is yes, then that is a secret, even if it's small or if it's big. I now always tell my partner things because I think that he's gonna wanna know about it. Obviously, my partner's not gonna need to know every little detail about what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling, and therefore I don't think that that's really holding a secret. But if I feel that my other half is actually going to be upset if he does not know certain things about me or what's going on, then that's holding a secret. So your relationship needs to be honest and it needs to be authentic. And I think getting in that habit of keeping things in and not saying what they are, knowing that your other half is going to want to know about it, that just creates an unhealthy dynamic, and that can lead to a relationship breakup as well. So you have to be real about it, and you have to be honest, and you have to be authentic, and stop keeping secrets in your relationship, because I guarantee you that's just going to blow up in the future, and it's going to blow up in your guys' faces, and you're going to have a really hard road ahead of you in terms of having it be a healthy relationship and being able to last long term. So if you break these habits now and you really focus on these, guys are going to be in a much better situation than you were before. So I hope you guys start doing these because they're so important, and I was really excited to share these things with you today. So those are that, and I wanted to remind all of you to please ask me that relationship question that you have, and I'll get back to you personally of my answer to your question, and in exchange I'll give you my relationship course when that is ready, and I'll give it to you guys for free. So I'm really excited, and hopefully that'll be really helpful for your guys' relationship, and you guys can have that happy, healthy, long-lasting relationship that you guys deserve, because it is possible. But you got to put in some work, and you got to keep trying, you guys. Okay, this is Kristen from KristenCoaching.com, and I'm going to see you guys next time for my next video. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.